One of the most important skills that can help people become better at learning is called metacognition, and it means thinking about thinking. It's a process where you reflect on how you thought about something to understand whether or not that strategy of thinking worked for you and how you can improve it in the future so that you can think and learn better next time you try something. One major opportunity that large language models present is the ability to quickly react to any kind of out loud thinking that somebody does. For today's experiment, I wanted to see how reading, highlighting, and discussion exercise can be made even stronger with the use of AI and metacognitive reflection prompts in the middle of the class. So let's take a look at this text that I've supplied the students. The title is The Vital Role of Pedestrian Streets in Urban Design. And the exercise is for them to go through and highlight the things that they found interesting about this text. Now, remember, this is a live classroom, so everyone is doing this. Maybe I've given them 10 minutes to do some solo reading before we come back as a group and have a discussion. And so the students go through it and they start highlighting. And so for this particular student, this is what they've highlighted. And we reveal the reflection exercise for them to do before we come back to the group. Now, the question here is a standard prompt that everyone gets. This is not AI yet. It is one of the common themes you have identified in these highlights. And so Kai will then think about this for a few moments and leave a small response. This is now where the AI magic can come in. So in this tool, the AI is now turned on, and it thinks a little bit and presents the student with this prompt. There was another sentence that plays into your interest in the environmental aspect, and it knew that from the text that they wrote. And it shows them the text that's highlighted here that the AI thinks belongs with the other highlights that Kai did. And so then it'll ask, did you intentionally leave out this highlight? To which, in this particular case, Kai will answer yes. Now, this is really important because it might have been that Kai missed this text, and so we don't want to make him feel that he was ignorant or silly for doing that. Instead, we want to give Kai a moment of reflection to maybe realize that, oh, I didn't actually read that early enough, and thank you so much, that does belong. Or maybe it was intentionally left out. And so now it's an opportunity to explain why this seemingly similar sentence isn't quite the same. This is a very powerful metacognitive exercise to help you understand how things that might be in category actually don't belong to your current state of thinking or to your current worldview in this text. So then Kai will leave an answer to this text. For now, we're going to put away Kai's reflection because I want to reveal another aspect to this. So while Kai was working individually on the reading by himself in the class, as an instructor, I have a different view, which looks more like this. I can see on the left all the students. In the middle here, I have all the highlights. They're all yellow, but the darker the yellow and the more orange or red it becomes, means the more students highlighted that specific section. And then on the right, I have a toolkit that will help me analyze this and then create moments of discussion that are much richer than what I would have been able to do if I just sent them to read something and come back and then have a free-form discussion. So looking at the right over here, we have at the top student activity, popular themes below it. And then below that, we have a discussion map, which is based on the discourse UI that I filmed a few weeks ago, which you can, again, watch in the top right corner over here. I've linked it. And then at the very bottom, I can send a prompt to the whole class. Maybe while they're reading, I want to send them an extra reflection so they can come even more prepared to the discussion. In this particular case, I want to show you what it looks like when we do some filtering. So I could use the popular themes. And what's cool about this is by reading them, even if I don't click on them, I can tell in order what students are finding interesting. And then up here, what I want to do for today's demo is single out the most active students. So I'm going to click on that. This will show me the most active students by color. So I can see Kai is all the purple text, Lena is all the green text, Elliot is the orange text, and Chris is the blue text. In the middle now, I have over here the number of intersections. So there's a 2 intersection here. This pedestrian streets serve as communal living rooms because blue and purple have both highlighted it. I have a 3-way intersection here. A good city is like a good party. 2-way and a 2-way intersection there. I can click on these intersections to focus on them and do some deeper analysis. This kind of digging in is very important. And keep in mind that I can be doing this as an instructor as the highlighting is still going. So this is all happening in real time. So I'm going to click on this to single out the 3-way intersection. And we can see that on the left, Elliot was removed from this list because she isn't she isn't the main focus anymore, since she isn't part of the three-way intersection. So now I can see that Kai in purple is talking about this highlight because of an urban livability perspective. If I click on economic viability, I can see the blue now is what Chris is talking about, and his view is the economics of it, how tourism and local business benefit. And then I can see here the green is the vehicle focus, and all of Lena's highlights are about vehicle focus, and I can read her reflection over here. So why is this interesting? Well, they all highlighted the same sentence, but they all highlighted other things as well, and their overall reflection is a very different focus. So in terms of metacognition, I can now create a moment of social reflection where the students will talk about how, even though they have the same highlight, their reasoning for that highlight might be coming from somewhere very different. And this is a different form of metacognition. Rather than simply reflecting on your own choices, you want to try and negotiate and discuss your choices versus someone else's, particularly when it seems like you share something in common, but in reality, your reasons for that shared intersection is not the same. So from here, I can go and click on Send to Breakout. And now I'm going to enter the Send to Breakout process. Often when we send students to a breakout, we tell them to have a discussion about something loose. And often that prompt is lost as soon as they get into the room. In this particular case, when I click on Send to Breakout, I can see that the AI is helping me suggest prompts based on the specific intersection and interests that each of the students highlighted and talked about in their solar reflection. So here we can see the three of you selected the good party quote, but had different focal points in your highlights. Discuss your perspectives on what you mean by party and find areas of agreement and disagreement between you. Or another prompt is, take turns defining what a good party entails in the context of your highlights in this text. Notice which themes you each focused on and compare your similarities and differences. And of course, I can put my own breakout prompt here. Also, there's an option up here to create a shared assignment. That could be a take-home assignment. But for this particular exercise, I want to send them this second prompt. And so I'll click send. And when I do so, after a moment, the AI will confirm that the breakout room is created with these specific individuals. And as we can see here, I can see which prompt they were sent. And so now in their room, they can, on each of their interfaces, see this prompt and also all their highlights with the main highlight in yellow, which is the highlight they have in common. And so this creates a really powerful object of reflection for discussion in service of metacognition. It is simultaneously an individual reflection exercise and a group reflection exercise that can be facilitated thanks to the AI in real time. This real-time aspect is the most important one. In fact, I find that using whiteboards like FigJam or Miro, while powerful, lacks this kind of two-sided interface where the instructor can see more than the students to prepare certain experiences in a way that can deliver more impact. Moreover, it's much harder to ping each student and learn about their individual thought processes to create more powerful moments of impact between them. But an AI, observing what each of the students is doing, can react in real time to these kinds of things. Even today, if you go into ChatGPT, type in a piece of text and ask it to give you reflection questions, it does a pretty good job of doing that quite effectively. But with an interface like this, it becomes even more powerful because I have all these tools over here to make quick inferences myself as an instructor and then create all kinds of breakout rooms, assignments, and discussion moments for the students to have super rich metacognitive reflection moments and exercises tailored to their specific learning journey. That's it for today's experiment. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this in the comments below. If you have any ideas that came to you while watching this video, or any questions, or maybe even challenges to this kind of activity, it helps this work get even stronger when we get multiple perspectives. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more experiments like this, you can watch in the link in the top right over here, or subscribe to get the next update as soon as it comes out. Thanks for watching.